Shalom, shalom. Want to say all praises be to Abanawa Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles. Was a quanium of great millstone and rule well. Shalom to the sincere brethren. Akim out there across the four winds, the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and proclaiming the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his wicked empire. So this video is going to be going into Israel being the top nation, Israel being the salt of the earth, Israel being the chosen nation of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that supersedes all these other nations. Because, hey, that's the truth of the matter. And that was from since Israel became a nation, man. And even before that, if you deal with the sons of God. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people, holy meaning separate, the Israelites, which today is known as you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So Israelites supersede all these other nations, man. When it comes to wisdom, knowledge, understanding, when it comes to ingenuity, when it comes to athletics, all the top inventors were all Israelites. If you take away Israelite inventions, the world would be back in the Stone Age. And all these nations across the globe use our Israelite inventions for their society and their everyday lives to function. And that's not by mistake, as the Lord imparted that onto us. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for ye were fewest of all people, but because the Lord loved you, and because he will keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So the Lord delivered us from the land of Egypt. Why? To fulfill his promise to our forefathers, man. A part of that promise was that we're going to be the top nation on the planet. The promise that he made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Scriptures call us what? The salt of the earth. So you have Jake go to Korea, Jake go to Japan, Jake go to Thailand, and all of those women up on them, man. And even when these different celebrities go to these different countries, they're treated like gods. Because the scriptures tell you that. Psalms 96 and 5. The scriptures tell you that we are the gods, man. Which God just means power. We are powers over these nations. Psalm chapter 96 verse 5. For all the gods, not this one, Psalms 82 and 6. I think Psalms 82 and 6. Scriptures, Psalm chapter 82 verse 6. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So that's why the Lord named us, why Yasha Allah. He is a prince of the power. Because the only God-like people in terms of righteousness are the Israelites, and the only God-like people in terms of ability, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding are the Israelites. Same way you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the 12 tribes of Israel. We the one who carry that divine order as the physical counterparts of the Lord upon the planet. We the most righteous nation. As wicked as Jake is, the elect amongst Jake is our righteous man, and is counted as perfect in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, especially compared to these heathen nations, man. You have these heathen nations like the Elamites over there in Afghanistan. They practicing pedophilia. Boy, pedophilia, man. They call it Bachabasi, man. You have these Ishmaelites doing all type of defiling things. You have these Edomites, the Greeks. They was also heavy into pedophilia and into man-to-man of business, bestiality. So all of these nations are off as hell, man. You understand? The only righteous one that kept a righteous order ultimately were the Israelites. The elect amongst the Israelites always kept that righteous order, that divine order from Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Because what? We curse these chains of darkness. But we understand through the scriptures that this is only temporary. Because ultimately the Israelites will be given that God-like status that immortality pursuant to 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter, to live forever. But right now we have to suffer in these chains of darkness, these physical bodies. But this is only for time and times. Ultimately, we're gonna reach our hey brothers into the Dragon Ball Z anime. We're gonna reach our full Super Saiyan, man. Immortal, fully righteous, man. Truly God's, man. Where these nations are gonna be must submit, man. Because right now in this physical flesh, the nations buck up against us. They are. There's a saying, everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga. They love our culture, they love our spirit. But ultimately, they hate us because they're jealous, man. Ultimately, they hate us because they aren't the chosen ones. That's why they put all this hell upon us, put us in slavery, talk shit about us, have us as a proverb and byword, so on and so forth. But soon enough, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, they're going to acknowledge it. They're going to fully acknowledge it and have to bow, man. And they're going to go into captivity for the transgressions that they committed against the children of Israel. Against us, man. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 60 verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and the king shall minister unto thee. Because we're going to put these nations into captivity. Revelation 13 and 9. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and thy king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Consider, that's the Lord. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, yet those nations shall be utterly wasted. Why? Because ultimately, we're the top nation upon the planet. And it's our rightful heritage that these nations are supposed to be in subjugation under us. This is the book of Psalms chapter 82. So, it's 82. Sorry, I think it's Psalms 28. Salakia. Psalm chapter 2, verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. So our rightful inheritance is what? The other nations. The other nations were really created to serve the Israelites. Because in a society, we must have rulers, overlords, kings, princes, and you must have servants. Who are the overlords, who are the kings, who are the princes? The Israelites. Who are the servants? Who are the drawers of water and hewers of wood? The heathen nations. That's how a society must run. You must have the rich and poor. Who is going to be the rich? The Israelites. Who is going to be the poor? The other nations. You must have rulers and you must have servants. Who's going to be the rulers? The Israelites. Who's going to be the servants? The other nations. And that's a rightful order of things. And even going back to throughout the scriptures, the Israelites was recognized as what? That top nation, even dealing with Joseph. You understand? Like me and one of the brothers having a little discourse about Joseph. Basically one of was Potiphar's wife, want to get with Joseph. Ultimately, yeah, he was a handsome man, but ultimately, she recognized the spirit of an Israelite on him. You know what I mean? He had a different spirit from all of those Hamitic Egyptians. You understand? So that's why she was so into him, man, and accused him of that adultery, that wicked adultery sin. I think it's Genesis chapter 39. Genesis chapter 39, verse 2. And the Lord was with Joseph. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man. And if you read verse 1, it tells you after his brothers sold him to the Ishmaelites, he was bought by an Egyptian, one of the officers of Pharaoh. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him. So the master saw the Lord was with him. Why? Because he was an Israelite. The Lord is only with Israelites. The Lord ain't with no heathens, man. You understand? The Lord in full righteousness is with the Israelites. And if the Lord is blessing an Israelite, he's going to bless whoever the Israelites is around or working for, doing work for. And that's exactly what was happening with Joseph and Potiphar, man. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight and served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. So through the Spirit he got status. He got status and power amongst the Egyptians. Why? Because the Lord was with him, being a righteous Israelite. And it came to pass from the time that he made him overseer in his house, over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake, and the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. So the Lord was blessing Jake, man. He was blessing Joseph, and that blessing was flowing upon the Egyptians same way. As the scriptures talk about, those that bless the Israel is going to be blessed, man. Because ultimately these heathens get their blessings, their mercies through the Israelites. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. Because why? He was an Israelite. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me, because she saw the greatness of Joseph, man. She saw the blessings, the righteousness. Yeah, he was a good looking man, but she saw all of the righteous blessings that followed Joseph. So she was like, damn. And you know, Joseph was flamboyant, man. And that's Jake. Remember, he had the coats of many colors. So he was what they call swagged out, man, in righteousness. You understand? He was different, man. He was moving different. He wasn't like those Hamitic dud plate wearing Egyptians, man. So she saw that, man, and she wanted to get with him, man. She wanted to get with the star, man. She wanted to get with the superstar, man, which was Joseph. You understand? And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, my master would it not what is with me in the house, and he had committed all that he had to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither had he kept back anything from me, but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against the Most High? So Joseph refused. And when you read down, she basically got mad, and then, because the superstar didn't want to get with her, the Jake, the Israelite, the salt of the earth, they didn't want to get with her, so she accused him of rape, and then he got thrown in prison. But ultimately, he came up out of that because of the favor the Lord showed him again, being an Israelite, and he was able to ascend through interpreting the Pharaoh's dream, and he was be able to ascend to being second in command in Egypt. When you read Genesis 39, 40, and 41, ultimately this is where Joseph came back into greatness after the downfall of being accused of that the rape by Potiphar's wife. Genesis chapter 41, verse 39. Genesis chapter 41, verse 39. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as the Most High had shewed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. Wise as thou art. Why? Because the Lord imparted unto Israel the top wisdom, knowledge, and understanding upon the earth. And the Lord is what? Dealing with the Israelites. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand, and put it upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried before him, bowed the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. So basically showing Jake always ascended to high positions in these different society because of what? Our great wisdom, knowledge, and understanding through the power, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures of the Lord, man, of what's righteousness. And many different prophets like Daniel was president, I think it's in Babylon and Persia also. Let me get that. Daniel chapter 1. Because every kingdom did that with Jake, man. Once they took over Israelites, they took the top men amongst Israel and set them up to be chief rulers. Why? Because we the ones who the Lord is dealing with when it comes to the top level wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Who built the pyramids in Egypt? Jake. And there was a high level of what? Trigonometry, calculus, going into the building of those pyramids. The treasure cities, like the scriptures call it. This is the book of Daniel chapter 1, verse... John chapter 1, verse 1. And in the third year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Joachim, king of Judah, into his hand, with part of the vessels of the house of the Lord, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his power, of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his gold. Basically, Babylon took down Judah. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science and knowledge, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning on the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed them a daily provision of meats, of the king's meat, and of the wine which he drank, as to nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. Now among these were the children of Judah, Jehoiada, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So basically, these different nations, they always recognize the top knowledge amongst the children of Israel. And they set up these top men amongst Israel to help them run their kingdoms, even here in America. You have Jake ascend to top positions here in America to what? Help Esau, Edom administer and run his kingdom. Going back to Rome, Greece. Likewise, man, all of these different kingdoms, heathen kingdoms, you always had Jake up in there running shit, man. Why? Because we have the top wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Going back to our great King Solomon, which if thou can receive it is Yahweh Shai, man. You understand? Because we different, man. Like the scriptures tell you, the Egyptian woman are not like the Israelite woman. Why? Because two different spirits. You see them Hamitic women, those Egyptian women, the children of Mizraim, they bugged out, man. They have plates in their lips today. They man, they all messed up, man. There's a few good looking ones, but even they don't have the spirit, man. They're that dull jet black color, no type of spirit, dead spirit. But the Israelite woman, no said, man. The African American woman, the Puerto Rican woman, the Colombian woman, come on, man. Full of spirit. Everybody can see that, man. And with the men likewise. Jake being Jake, man. Jake is the culture, basically. Jake is it, man. Is the in thing. And always have been so, man. Yeah, everybody love to hate on Jake because Jake ultimately don't have the position of power as rulers of the world, but in terms of influence, in terms of what's hot, what's not hot, is all Jake, man. In terms of righteousness, is all Jake. In terms of moral, standing on some moral ground, it's all Jake, man. You understand? And the Lord is just going to uplift us from this dunghill that we're in, man, to give us our full righteousness, our full power, our full rulership really soon, man. And it's going to be a beautiful thing to be a part of. It's going to be a beautiful thing to witness, man. This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Talking about the Israelites, chiefly the elect, the prophets, where we're going to be renowned as, yeah, those men were on point, man. Those men were kicking knowledge that only the Lord, the power of heaven and earth, could impart. The prophecies, the understanding of the scriptures. Verse 20, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said the Lord. Come. So we're going to get that full glory, man, of being an Israelite, of what constitutes being an Israelite, which is being respected, being bowed before, being respected as the authorities upon the planet earth, the sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're going to get that full authority. Because throughout history, we've gotten that, but not like how we fully supposed to receive it. Which is, damn, all hail the kings of Israel, man. Bowing, man. Total bowing, man. Total reverence, man, to the sons of God. For their God is the only God. You understand? And that's what's soon to come, man. And let the Lord hasten it in these times. So with that, I want to say all praises be to Abanawa Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the elect.